Welcome to the PSA World Tour. We're live from Grand Central Station for one of the most prestigious events on the calendar, starting off the year here for the JP Morgan Tournament of Champions 2015. Well, here are the results from earlier. Firstly, in the women's competition, it's the quarterfinals for them as well. Laura Mazzaro coming back from 2 games to love down to win 3-2 against Camille Serm. Renee Melwilili stopping the local favourite Amanda Sobi 3-1 there. And then the battle of the young Egyptians, Noor El Shabini getting past Noor El Taib in a very entertaining 3-2 encounter. And then in the men's, Nick Matthew losing the first game after a lengthy affair to Simon Rosner, but winning 3-1 in the end. And then Alison Walters scalping Nicole David, the world #1 and current world champion, 3-1. And then finally we have the giant killer Miguel Angel Rodriguez of Colombia. He takes on the French general, the #2 seed Gregory Gaultier. Well, joining me in the commentary box for the last quarter-final of tonight's play, we have former world #4 Paul Johnson. Good evening, PJ.
Good evening, Joey.
Well, just looking at those results so far and the names involved, it's exciting stuff. It's good to see a few of the other players starting to come through, like the likes of Simon Rosner, and obviously in this match coming up for us we have Rodriguez.
Absolutely, but you can't help but notice the upset there. Alison Walters of England, #5 seed, overcoming Nicole David of Malaysia. She's just been given an award for being world #1 for 103 months consecutively. So what a fantastic achievement for Nicole David.
Well, the Colombian cannonball, he's the most successful South American player ever. He's under the tutelage of David Palmer, based in Florida, the former world champion from Australia. He's 29 years of age. He's really hitting his peak later on in his career. 25 PSA World Tour titles, primarily in South America. He's really entertaining. He's one of the popular characters on the PSA World Tour, resembling a little bit of a cockatoo with his hairstyle there, but joining the PSA back in 2005, and you can see in 2006 moving to 47. He's leapt through the rankings. He's hit that top 10. He's at his highest world ranking in 2015, and he'll be looking obviously to get some consistency and stay in that top 10. Well, his opponent has been on the World Tour for a massive amount of time. He's the French #1. He's a former world #1. Does love playing in New York. Joined the PSA World Tour in contrast in 1999. He's got 28 World Tour titles. The majority of those are majors. The only major that Gaultier has not won on the calendar is actually the World Championship. He's lost in 4 World Championship finals. 32 years of age. He was 32 back in December 2014. And he's had a bit of a problem with his body over the Christmas period, but he's not shown signs of that at all. That foot that was giving him trouble, he's now moving as quickly as he can. And look at that, 2006, where Rodriguez was 40, joining the PSA and coming through quickly. Rodriguez, Gaultier at 4, and you can't get consistently. He's not gone outside the top 4 since 2006. That's pretty impressive, to say the least. And he's won the Tournament of Champions back in 2009. He took out Tom Richards 3-love in 43 minutes, and he's come into this quarter-final stage with only 77 minutes of play, so as fresh as a French daisy. Well, here's the head-to-head between these two fast movers, and Gaultier's dominated. We talked about, PJ, the kind of bogeymen players, and it was kind of a little bit for Simon Rosner with Nick Matthew, both kind of wanting to volley, play at a high tempo, and Nick Matthew does it more accurately and more physically for a long period of time than Rosner. And then in contrast with this, you've got these two guys that are very explosive, and Gaultier is probably the best mover in the game, isn't he?
I think you'd have to say so. I mean, that statistic there is pretty clear to see that Rodriguez struggles against Gaultier. He hasn't won a game in every outing in the last 5 outings that they played, so he really is up against it, the Colombian cannonball. But he's coming off the back of one of the best wins of his career. His victory over Peter Barker in the second round would have given a lot of confidence to this young talent. He's highly entertaining. You will see all sorts of antics from this very, very rapid Colombian.
When you say antics, though, you mean just entertaining movements with his
Absolutely,
body.
absolutely.
Keeps as quiet as a mouse, really, to the referees.
Oh,
He's got a great attitude on the court.
Yes, he's a fantastic advert for the game. He's very exciting to watch. A lot of shots that you may not have seen, and I recommend you do not attempt at home because you could get yourself into all sorts of trouble.
You
but he really is fun to watch, this young man.
He's a real fashionista as well. He loves his clobber, and I know that you, if you'd back when you were playing in the late 1920s on the PSA World Tour when it just started, you were probably would have been nicknamed the stylist because obviously being immaculate. But this guy does enjoy his fashions. And what do you think about his barnet?
I think you're right. It does slightly resemble the cockatoos. It's actually very much an Essex hairstyle that we see at the moment. It's like slick across with plenty of product in there.
So the last quarter-final in the bottom half of the draw, that last place in the semi-final, Rodriguez of Colombia. He takes on the #2 seed, Gaultier of France.
Gaultier of France to receive. Best of 5 games, low all.
So Rodriguez kicking off this last quarter-final. It's the late shift here in Grand Central Station. And Mr. Johnson, who's going to win this and by what score?
Well, I mean, for me, you have to look at the previous 5 outings between these two.
Well, he's already started, isn't he? Talking about the kind of quirky antics. He was right up on that front wall there.
I feel like it will be a Gaultier victory tonight, Joey, because I've been very impressed with the Frenchman. I think there's something wrong with his racket here. Yeah,
he's broken the string.
And I think it could be a 3-1 victory. I feel like Rodriguez has got a game in him tonight.
For the first time. We saw from the head-to-heads there and the stats, he's never got a game off of Gaultier. I think Gaultier will win 3-love.
Okay.
I'm going to throw it out there. I'll still join you on the Gaultier victory, but I think it will be a 3-love myself.
Well, in an earlier interview, we did predict, or I predicted that Gaultier, for me, has looked the sharpest of the players that have competed so far in this event, and he's my tip for the tournament because the first 2 matches really has looked very cool, calm and collected. He's got his family here, mother-in-law, his wife and his newborn son. So I think that's giving him an air of...
He's not that. He's 3 years old.
Well, that's pretty new in my book. Is he 3?
He's 3, yeah.
Okay, that's fairly new.
He's actually not that far off of your height in as well. He's quite tall.
He's taller than his dad then.
Oh yeah, it's a given. Up to his issues when it later on. Well, Rodriguez has started off fizzing around the court. He's going to be on cloud 9 really with that victory over Barker. Does play a huge amount, being based in South America. I mean, he trains with David Palmer in Florida, and pretty much all the major events in North America he will play because logistically it works very nicely for him. We have seen him play in Europe and England. He was in the British Grand Prix where he actually lost to Mathieu Castagnet, the French #2 there. But it is terrific, isn't it, for the South American squash. There is a tour in South America and we're looking for more major tournaments there, and I'm sure at some stage there'll be a large tournament in Colombia.
Absolutely.
I've heard rumours it might be one in Cartagena, PJ, so I'm sure you'll be looking to commentate there.
Wow, what a start here from Rodriguez.
He's on Fuego.
3-love.
And then the low kill.
Caught Gregory Gaultier off guard there.
Well, he's being positive from the onset, Rodriguez. He's not frightened to take the ball in, and Gaultier, you can see, just trying to keep control of the central position. He's going to be busy tonight, Rodriguez. I mean, there's not nights when he's not, but he's going to be positive with his play. He's going to back himself on his movement, PJ.
Well, I think Gaultier here will find himself in slightly unfamiliar territory, in as much as a lot of the opponents that he plays against, the Frenchman, don't have this same kind of explosive speed and power. So he will need to adapt his game accordingly, Gregory Gaultier.
Decision, Rodriguez. Yes, let. Down.
That was very cool from Rodriguez. He did the fake retro volley move, then put in the forehand drop shot from off the back wall. You don't see the Colombian play that shot very often. It's a sign of confidence. On fuego, PJ.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, Rodriguez.
5-1.
So relaxed, isn't he?
I think a lot of this is coming off the back of that victory against Pete Tabaka. I think he's going to pose a lot of problems tonight for Gaultier if he manages to keep a lid on things. Can get a little bit wayward and play some untidy and scrappy squash at times, but we haven't seen any of that in this tournament so far, so the tides are turning for this Colombian. That's a good squeeze.
And out. 2-5.
Well, Gaultier just biding his time. He's not panicking about the early lead here from Rodriguez. Still playing slightly within himself, I would say, Gaultier. He's not trying to rush with Rodriguez, more containing him. In a way, he's kind of pacing himself, isn't he, PJ? Looks like he's happy to play a very long first game. Like we saw with Nick Matthew, although Matthew lost the first game, that investment paid off the rest of the match.
I agree with you, Joey. The difference is here that Gaultier needs to make sure that, although he's being patient, to not be too negative. He's got to stay positive in his hitting and still take the ball in short.
And his movement
when the opportunity's available.
Yeah, he's done it there.
Well, he's guessed the wrong way there, Rodriguez.
Now 3-6.
Watch this again. He's anticipated the cross court. Just can't. This is where he needs to be careful, though. Miguel.
Decision, Rodriguez. Yes, let. 3-6.
don't think Gaultier had much time on the tee, which is pretty impressive from the Colombian. Gaultier, as we call him, the French general, usually in that central position, making his opponent do the work, and he's having to leave the tee quickly.
Oh, wow. What a shot there from Rodriguez. It's a decent lob initially from Gregory Gaultier. Watch how he plucks this one out of the air. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Hasn't really missed, has he, so far? It's one of the best first games I've seen Rodriguez play.
I agree.
Not many players get a lead at 7-3 in the first game with Gaultier. Usually, when he's playing lower-ranked players, it's pretty brutal on the court with him. He doesn't give him anything, and the court is working nicely for him now. Well, your prediction
8-3.
is looking quite good. 8-3 in this first.
And on this performance, Joey, may even take more than the one game.
Well, it's the mental side, isn't it? Is he able to maintain this freedom and calculation when he is going short? Pressure will start to mount upon him, and those lovely winners that he makes will start to turn to errors, possibly. But I agree with you, PJ. Gaultier has been a bit within himself, and he's been slightly on the back foot, thinking that he'll be able to just move the ball around and squeeze Rodriguez, and he's actually been caught a bit flat-footed and needs to actually start to push up a bit and close the court down, as he has done there.
5-8.
It took time.
Down. Sorry.
Yeah, that was down.
6-8.
Central referee Mike Riley. Was he at your referees meeting this morning?
Mike was there, yes. We had a full attendance from the crew. We also learned that Mike Riley has a bit of a thing for chocolate, dairy milk chocolate actually. Because the dairy milk chocolate over here in the United States, for some reason, doesn't taste quite as nice as dairy milk from the UK, and I personally think it's related to the milk. But as we walked in on the windowsill, there were about 50 bars of variations of dairy milk, whole milk, fruit and nut, and whole nut. There's only 45 bars now because I put a few in my pocket, but we won't tell Mike that.
Well, Gaultier's closing down.
Decision Rodriguez. No let.
He's going to review this. I don't think this is going to be overturned, personally, seeing it firsthand. But let's have a little look. The original decision is a no-let. Rodriguez has reviewed. I feel that he needs to go and play that ball.
I'm not sure he's got a chance to, though,
Actually,
Joey. There's no movement of Gaultier off the ball. He's very. You have to take into account the speed of.
Also, the
Rodriguez.
actual shot's quite heavy.
Yeah, it comes to the middle of it. It's not a great shot either, is it?
There you go.
Decision overruled. Yes, let. Rodriguez has one review remaining.
It was overturned very quickly.
9-6. Right side.
And that was returned
And out.
even quicker.
7-9. Decision Rodriguez. Yes, left. 7-9.
Big rally here for Rodriguez. He needs to try and give himself a game ball.
Rodriguez.
It should be a let ball, really.
Stroke to
I
Rodriguez.
felt like there was space.
Video review.
Gaultier is not happy with this one. I
I'm
mean,
not
initially he
surprised,
thought there
really.
was space.
He's very quick to move out of the way there, Gaultier. He's giving him room to play there, Joey. Watch this again. Just watch the speed of Gaultier. He's out of the way. Rodriguez is not really shaping up to hit the ball.
Decision upheld. Stroke to Rodriguez.
The fourth official doesn't agree with you, PJ, and
Now 10-7.
that very important decision gives Rodriguez 3 game balls against the world number 2 and number 2 seed. Rodriguez is actually dictating the play. Game ball, it's Gaultier that's struggling to get in front of him, but when he does, it only took one opportunity, PJ, there, and whipped round the boast. He made that boast look easy. That wasn't. That was clipped off his feet. So the Frenchman responding.
Good change of pace there from Rodriguez.
Decision Rodriguez. Yes, let. 8-10.
Oh dear.
Ball.
This was a decent shot from Gaultier. This would have been an example, Joey, of trying to play the ball when you've got yourself into a situation. Body language seems a bit more relaxed now, though, the Frenchman.
Still hasn't panicked. We usually, in the past, we've seen Gaultier when he's playing the, say, lower ranked players. I mean, Rodriguez is 8 in the world. And starts to get a bit hessy and stroppy, but he's keeping a lid on it at the moment, and he's just concentrating on trying to get back in the first game. And we also have the added duration of it as well.
Oh, there you go. He got punished as well. Ball squirted out in the back right-hand corner.
Well, he's hit
for
it through
Rodriguez.
his legs.
Yeah, it's not
9-10.
recommended.
This
again.
isn't recommended at all. Luckily, he's got a bit of space there.
He's paid the price. He's up against it now.
Well, that's it. And that's how quickly it can turn.
Player must win by 2 points.
We could
Each
barely see
player
it.
has
That's
one
how
video review
Gaultier's
available.
responded. And that's why he is one of the best players in the world. Tie break.
3 game balls lost for Rodriguez.
It's good to see him play. And that's too good.
Too strong around the middle area. Shot
The
quality
way he
not
held
high
him,
enough.
the way he shut him out and held that ball on the half volley.
Game ball.
So this has been very impressive, I have to say. The quality of the squash in the first game between these two has been one of the best we've seen all night, if not the best first game. Nearly 20 minutes worth between the two. He tried to shut him out there.
Kind of unnecessary, Mr. Rodriguez. Decision Rodriguez.
Slightly exaggerated here. I don't think the contact was
You were in his way to the ball.
that bad.
He's pushing me.
see this again.
And now 11 all.
Well, I mean, I always say that Gregory Gaultier would have made a good scrum half, but if somebody knocked him like that, he'd be flat on his face.
Game ball.
Wasn't really much of a contact. That's brilliant.
Done it.
Absolutely brilliant.
What a turnaround there from Gregory Gaultier.
Gaultier leads 1 game to love.
So some good focus from Gregory Gaultier. Well, Gaultier being tested all the way into a tie-break scenario. 19 minutes, just underneath the 20-minute mark. Gaultier takes it 13-11. He leads 1 game to love. Rodriguez coming into this supremely confident, and really the winners were coming quickly from the Colombian there. 6 in total, but primarily at the beginning of that first game. And then Gregory Gaultier getting 12 winners. I'm not sure
that's remarkable, really.
Right.
I think it was only 11-9, wasn't it, the game?
I don't think that's completely right, but Gaultier didn't manage to produce the big shots when needed, hence the experience of him. But what impressed me about the Frenchman in that first game was he didn't panic with the superb start from Rodriguez. He kept his counsel. Yeah, a little bit of an outburst with some handbags, but it was pretty solid. So Gregory Gaultier gets that first game under his belt as we approach the second.
Well, another highly entertaining first game between these two. It's the second quarter-final this evening, and they certainly haven't disappointed. There is some seriously rapid movement on the court here, and Rodriguez got off to a fantastic start here against Gaultier, causing the Frenchman all sorts of problems, and looked very solid indeed. He built up a very healthy 8-3 lead, but then the French general really did click into gear. His length and width dramatically improved. You could see the shoulders of the Frenchman relax significantly, leveled up 1 game all.
Well, it is the late shift this evening. At least it's not 10 matches in a day. My co-commentator Paul Johnson experiencing a heavy day, wasn't it, in the second round, PJ?
It certainly was, Joey.
It's not told on you. You're looking very streamlined, very fresh,
That's
well tanned.
Wonderful makeup team here. Squash TV, being kept very busy.
Too low.
Well, Joey, your prediction is now looking somewhat favourable.
It is. Yours has gone out the window.
That's a bit harsh. Well, that is, I don't know how many options he had here, Gregory Gaultier.
Reload.
I mean, this has been one of the quickest 3 points we've seen for Rodriguez. Absolutely fast forwarding.
1-3.
Fortunately, making an unforced error there. I don't want to go off on a complete tangent, PJ, but I did enjoy your, I agree with your dairy milk. It's like having a cup of tea over in America. It's not quite the same. It is because of the milk, even if you bring your own tea bags over.
Absolutely, yeah.
Stroke to Gaultier.
Accompanied with a nice cherry slice.
Fruit and nut.
Yeah,
Fruit and nut
fruit
was
and
my
nut.
favourite. I did tell you, when my dad was playing, he was sponsored by Cadbury's for a while.
Your father was?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. He used to devour a 500-gram fruit and nut bar pretty much every evening. That's why he was 6 times world champion.
Well, maybe that's the secret.
Well, the problem that you had, you only got to world number 4 because you always ate whole nut.
Yes, Let. I'd really like you to play that in future, Mr. Rodriguez. I'd really like you to play that.
But I touched him. I backed him.
You want to stay here?
So let's see this again. It's just a let ball. It's a safety measure more than anything else. Mike Riley, the central referee, just indicating to Rodriguez he would like to see him play the ball.
I think he also had a word with somebody in the crowd that had given him a little bit of lip, asking if they wanted to stay here. Possibly get ejected. It is unusual for a sport for referees to actually be situated amongst the fans.
It is actually. Certainly don't want to get them
it's not really
rooting against you.
I know of that happens.
Beg your pardon?
Refereeing actually being placed amongst the fans, you know, the crowd.
No, we'll ever think about that one actually.
I don't think there is.
And now, 4-2.
I apologise if my co-commentator goes silent for the next 3 days because he's just thinking about what I've just said.
I'm trying to think of some sports. I know that obviously some of the NBA matches you have seating right along the side of the court and the referees actually spend time running up and down the length of the court. Maybe about as close as they get.
Decision Rodriguez.
Not always, they're actually off the court, they're not allowed.
Stroke to Rodriguez.
You obviously don't know your NBA, but...
I do. Anyway, we won't go into an argument about basketball quite yet.
No, that's too good. So again, Gaultier mounts his comeback after a 3-point deficit at 5-2. These are the periods where...
Quick fire scoring. We've had 8 points in around about 4 minutes.
Wow. That's one every 30 seconds averaging, Joey.
Well, the grey cells are working for you, PJ.
Don't need to mention the word grey. Thank you.
First time I ever mentioned that word regarding you. I know how sensitive you are, but that was a bit odd from Gaultier, wasn't it? Right behind himself.
Anybody out there watching, this is not where to try and attack the front of the court. Gaultier, the ball is well behind him in that bank left corner. Bit of a cheap shot. Paid the price. That is very, very
tight.
Left side, 7-3.
This is an impressive second game after losing that. A lot of players would be mentally a bit scarred from losing a first game when they dominated against a higher ranked player. But Rodriguez has shown, he hasn't shown any signs of what we might see of the mental side starting to disintegrate.
Well, especially against the Gregory Gaultier, Joey, because the longer this goes on, it becomes more attritional. But you have to say that Rodriguez is one of the few players that can compete with him physically.
Thinks that ball was down.
Gaultier's ball. Ball was good. And now 4-7. They're all heading good.
Yeah, ball's good. Ball is good. It's a top spin from Gaultier. You need to clean your glasses, Joey. I'm afraid.
Got a couple of grey hairs on that, so I can't.
I'm not only grey, but now I'm shedding, am I?
And now...
You're making me feel like an old dinosaur now, Joey.
8-4.
Thanks. An old dinosaur, yeah, as opposed to a young one.
The Jurassic period. Oh! Super Mario. Check it out. Cockatoo really does go.
5-8.
He would have been a brilliant breakdancer, Rodriguez. See it here, onto the chest and up again. I mean, how quickly does he get up, PJ?
It was just one foul swoop, wasn't it? It was like a continuous movement there. Way.
That's unbelievable. His coach, David Palmer, for his physique, is 6 foot, probably, well, he still is actually, he hasn't shrunk that
6'2",
much.
I think he is,
6'2", and he used to produce some brilliant dives.
Yeah.
Terrific balance, what an athlete.
Australia's most decorated squash player.
I wonder if he takes a couple of clinics on the dive. Oh, this is getting very exciting now. Fizzing round the court, PJ.
Well, they both are. Tempo's gone up here, midsection of the second game.
Down. Six, 8.
He's done it again, Gaultier, hasn't he, after a poor start. Slowly reels
7-8.
Rodriguez back in.
Decision Rodriguez. Yes, left. 7-8. Right side.
That is brilliant.
Pick up. Oh, that was pretty dangerous from Gaultier, smashing that cross court. If he hasn't jumped there, I think he'd have drilled him.
Yes, let. 7-8.
See this again. It's a good job he jumped.
Oh, he would have
Wow.
had him. He'd have had that leg.
That's a bit naughty, really, of
Well,
Gaultier
you should
playing
be
the
going
cross court there.
from that position. That's not cool. I'm surprised the referee hasn't said anything to him about that shot selection.
It could be
PJ.
deemed as dangerous play, Joey.
Not out.
Brilliant.
Well, Rodriguez is saying,
Please
you know,
don't
your
put
opponent, you're not
hand
allowed to
up,
put
Mr.
your hand up.
Gaultier. Let us call the balls.
Second time.
Yep.
And that's fair enough
8-all.
from Mike Riley telling Gaultier not to appeal. You're not allowed to appeal. And it's down to the referees to call if a pickup's not up. But Gaultier levels at 8-all. And the speed of the game not ceasing, PJ, as we hit the business end of the second.
On the contrary, Joey, I think the tempo's gone up again here. He's done it again. So he's just stepping up the court now and taking the ball hard and low,
9-8.
keeping it very short. Brilliant turnaround again from the general. You see the veins working very hard there in the
Cranium.
temples of Gregory Gaultier.
Working the ball into the corners, Gaultier.
Down.
And there's the unforced error.
Well, it's the first bad shot we've seen from
Yeah.
the Frenchman
Sure.
And out.
in this second game. I just feel as though Rodriguez has gone ever so slightly negative and sitting back a bit too much, whereas the Frenchman is actually stepping up the court and looking to take the ball quite a bit earlier than his opponent, especially for the last 5 or 6 rallies. Got to get himself back in front now.
It's going to be a stroke.
Decision Gaultier. I'm sorry, Rodriguez.
Boys far.
Stroke to Rodriguez.
He's going for a review.
He's hoping here.
Yeah, I don't. This isn't going to be overturned.
Gaultier on the stroke
He's
decision.
right in on him here. When your opponent's on your back like this, there's no way you should be going into that corner they're moving into. It doesn't matter. That's a stroke all day long.
Yeah, he's moving up there very rapidly. Watch how quickly Rodriguez
Oh, he
is on
reads
his way
it. He's
forward
on it.
there.
He
He's
reads
there.
it
He's
straight
right
away.
there. Counter comes in from Gaultier. He's already up on his back there. No line through for the Colombian.
Decision upheld, stroke to Rodriguez. Gaultier has no reviews remaining. 10-9, game ball.
So game ball. Let's try and equalise for the Colombian number 1. And there's the shutout, trademark Gaultier, waiting for the loose ball. Low killing it on the volley this time. Another tie break, PJ.
He's done it again. The width and the length, just letting Rodriguez down at the late stage here. So quick to pounce on any opening. Got to be careful here, Joe, with the trailing leg of Gregory Gaultier. He leaves it in the line of
11-10.
Rodriguez. Just watch this again. Just watch the back leg of the Frenchman there. You can't put your leg in front of the opponent like that.
It's quick. It's going to be another stroke.
Stroke, isn't it?
It's another stroke.
Rodriguez. Stroke to Rodriguez. And out 11-all.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. Consistent refereeing, solid by Mike Lowry and his team.
Short again from the Colombian. He's got to make sure he gets that basic length bouncing behind the service box. See the difference between the length of the two players at the moment.
Decision Rodriguez.
After the
Yes, left.
Oh dear, oh dear. How have they seen this?
He couldn't have hit the ball when it went between his legs.
You can play the
And
ball
then
whenever you like. This is a
Yes,
poor
left.
explanation,
Left.
really.
Let him
Want
sit.
a
What's he
video
gonna say?
review? Okay. Video review
He's
for
just waiting for
Rodriguez
the
on the
review.
yes let
He
decision.
really doesn't say that much to the referees. He keeps his counsel.
Watch this again.
Touch now.
He can play the ball whenever he wants. That's gone right between the legs of Gaultier. Wow. I mean, how can they see this? Oh my goodness gracious me. What on earth have they seen there?
Touch the wrong one.
Well, I don't know.
Decision upheld. Yes let Rodriguez. No reviews remaining. 11-all.
Oh, that's a double.
He's done well, Rodriguez. So well
Left side.
after the previous decision.
We got a wet spot.
Second game ball opportunity.
12-11. In ball. Thanks, Joe.
There's the double. It's going to be a no-let.
Decision Rodriguez. No let.
It's in my way.
He went past the ball.
No.
And now 12 all.
Why is not left? He's not
I saw
giving
you
me.
run past the ball before you stopped.
It wasn't an egg.
No let. Decision's been given. And now 12 all.
Well, this is the replay on that one. He's well out of position. I mean, he's going there. I think he needs to go and get it, though. He's looking for the man rather than the ball there, and he probably would have got the ball if he'd have carried on.
Sure. Yep.
He would have got the ball. Best I've seen Rodriguez play, PJ.
Decision.
It certainly is, Joey. For
You know, the world number 2, you've
let.
had
For a
game balls
continued
in the
period of
first,
time
game-
as well.
game balls in the second.
yeah, 4 in the
Second
first.
time,
Yeah.
though. And Gaultier hasn't played badly. He hasn't made a tally of unforced errors. So, very good signs for Rodriguez. It's going to be another let. He needs to let him play the ball. Why?
Yes, let.
Why is he? Oh, he's walking back to the.
12
I
all.
thought he was going to do the. You know, when sometimes
Like
he
to
walks
see
to
you
the
take a
service
different
box.
line off the ball, Mr. Gaultier.
That's good to hear from Mike Riley. I'm sure you'll appreciate that, PJ.
I agree, Joey. He's just moving into the line of the opponent. He's just been told there by Mike Riley.
Rodriguez. Stroke to Rodriguez.
There you go.
You move right into his line. Video review.
Well, you can
Gaultier
explain through this one.
on
This
the
is
stroke
interesting,
decision.
PJ, with everything that's going on.
Well, in the previous rally, Mike Riley said to Gregory Gaultier, we need to see you moving off the ball and giving a line through to the opponent. And we see there that he hasn't done that. He actually hits and then moves into the line of Rodriguez. Therefore, it's been deemed as a stroke.
Decision upheld. Stroke to Rodriguez. Gaultier has no reviews remaining. And now 13-12 game ball. Decision Rodriguez. Stroke to Rodriguez. Game to Rodriguez. Wait. Oh, you don't have a review. Sorry.
So
Game to
Gaultier, no video
Rodriguez,
review.
14-12.
All happening here in Grand Central Terminal. And what an entertaining match we have so far. We have a match on our hands. 19 minutes, another tie break, but it's this time Rodriguez comes out on top.
Another highly entertaining game between these two very, very rapid players. Full credit to Rodriguez. After losing that first game, a lot of opponents may have just given away any kind of hope, especially against the Gregory Gaultier, who is one of the fittest and quickest players on tour. But we're seeing flashes of brilliance, really, from the South American. He's certainly not showing, there we see some of it, not showing the Frenchman too much respect. He's getting stuck into Gregory Gaultier, and at the moment I don't think the Frenchman is enjoying it too much. A couple of decisions at the end. We're locked in, 1 game all.
Well, in the late shift here in Grand Central Terminal, we've got the Colombian Cannonball, who actually is playing the best squash. He had that wonderful result over Peter Barker in the last round, and now, in my book, it's the best I've seen him play so far against Gaultier.
Especially for a sustained period of time, Joe. We've seen flashes of brilliance from the South American, but he's actually outplaying Gregory Gaultier at the moment, who really does look like he's struggling with the style of play from Rodriguez. So full credit to the South American. Leveled up at 1 game all, got a real match on our hands now.
Mr. Gaultier. Inappropriate comment after you left the court. Next time, code of conduct. Thank you.
Well, Gaultier just being warned by Mike Lowry.
1 game all. Rodriguez to serve. Love all.
Rodriguez kicking off the 3rd game. Already they're not hanging back with the activity in the front of the court, PJ.
No, I think Gaultier really needs to start this 3rd game off strong, not open the court up too much. But he's guessed the right way there.
1 love.
But if he can get off to a good solid start again in this 3rd game, he's done it in the first 2 games and just managed to hold on to it in the 2nd.
Not up.
Oh, that's a very bad call. That's a very bad call.
Ball was good. Yes, led. 1 love.
You can see Mike Riley's not happy with himself there. It was a very quick call from the central referee. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
It's a little bit of a Tourette's problem there. Just hear the feet just buzzing around, buzz, 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 buzz. I know they're both wearing the neon yellow squash shoes, but
well, I think
rallies.
Well, he's got to be careful now, Rodriguez, with the adjustment of pace from Gaultier. He's really trying to rush the Colombian now, not allow him any time to settle on the ball. Anything loose from the Colombian and the Frenchman will pounce. Saw that earlier in the first 2 games. Short and loose around the middle. Gaultier is so strong and will take that ball in hard and low for the winner.
Decision Gaultier. Stroke to Gaultier.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And out 3-2.
That's generous.
Down.
We haven't seen many unforced errors from Rodriguez so far in this match.
Well, they're starting to rack up now, the unforced errors from Rodriguez. 5-2, Gaultier.
So the pressure, I feel now, has been staved by Rodriguez. It's the mental side starting to eat into him, although that's a gift and a half from Gaultier.
3-5. Down. 4-5.
Well, it's Gaultier's turn now to return the favour. So both players just having a few mental lapses early on in this 3rd game. It's hardly surprising because the intensity has been immense until this stage. Just crept over the 45-minute mark, so obviously it's pretty tough to keep that mental focus for any sustained period of time. Sorry, Joe, you're chirping in my ear there.
Decision Rodriguez. Yes, let. 4-5.
Good length from Gaultier.
gonna be a
He's
stroke.
lured him in,
Clever.
he's reeled him in.
Gaultier.
Very clever.
Stroke to Gaultier. And out 6-4.
Well, he
he's-
outdid himself. Did a bit of a googly on
Left
himself
side,
there, really. He came up to try
7-4.
to volley it off the front wall.
Well, they're great when they come off these kind of shots, but you see there, it really has
the fake
backfired.
Stitch up.
Oh, that's pretty good. That looked like a bit of a carry.
It's such good movement. So strong. Gets himself in this rally now. He's
Sharp.
done it.
Perfect length.
Nice. He squeezed the arrow. Credit.
You are feeling the pickup. The peel, Mr. Rodriguez ball on the right side. That was good. And out 5-7. Decision. Rodriguez. Yes, let. 5-7. Bit of traffic.
He's right. He's in the right city to be talking about traffic, Peter.
He most certainly is. Oh dear.
Well, that
Wow.
is complete shanking. Right, hits it into the floor, PJ. He's looking at his hand. I don't know if he's
6-7.
getting some cramp.
It's just a miss, wasn't it, from the Frenchman? He really is going to
He's looking
have
very,
to
very
dig deep
intense.
here.
He's read the cross.
Oh, this is brutal. Absolutely brutal.
So much, but he's got the
Could be
stroke.
another stroke again.
Decision Rodriguez.
No, there's no pushing. He's got the
Stroke
stroke there.
Rodriguez.
Making Gaultier puff a bit, PJ.
He is, and
Right
he's looking
side.
ever so
He's
slightly
breathing.
laboured for me.
Yeah,
the
that
Frenchman.
Frenchman wasn't as explosive as we've been used to seeing from Gaultier, and
On
it's.
the floor
Well, I'll
wide.
leave it for you here, PJ. You can say exactly what's on the scoreboard there. Here's Joe, the broom.
We'll have to be quick because this is the world's fastest court sweep.
It's just unbelievable. This is Joe. Well done, Joe. Becoming a local legend here, and rightly so. He's done a terrific job of making sure the floor's nice and safe for the players. But PJ, just say it now. I know you want to.
Well, just look at the scoreboard, Joey. There really is absolutely nothing between them.
Decision, Rodriguez. Yes, let.
I can't get to the ball.
Video review. Mr. Gaultier on the
Starting
yes,
to
let
lose it a bit
decision.
now, isn't he?
Yep,
Just
exactly
slightly
right.
Gaultier starting to get that more agitated. Doesn't do himself any good in terms of his game when that happens. That's not a good enough shot to not let him through.
He's on his way through as well there, Rodriguez.
Heavy,
Second bounce is the short line.
It's coming back, so it's not staying short.
It's quite high on the front wall.
Can't get through, it's like a brick wall.
Decision upheld, yes, let. Gaultier has no reviews remaining, 7-all. Down.
Well, I was just
That
about to
is a
say,
gift. What were you going to say, Pete?
And
Rodriguez now
8-7.
will be finding himself in unfamiliar territory. I think he knows that Gaultier is struggling here. So all these thoughts are going to be going through his mind about the possibility of a major upset and a first victory for the Colombian. It's going to be a test to see how he can handle this kind of pressure.
Get up. 9-7.
You can hear
Who?
Renan Levine in the background.
Oh, the French national
Ale
catch.
Greg trying to spur on his countryman.
He's his coach. Well, he's the national coach, so he's got to be doing his job there. Renan, former PSA World Tour player. Gaultier again waving his hand. He's not
Down.
really allowed to do that. He's not allowed to wave his hand and appeal.
No, you peeled. Mr. Rodriguez ball. Ball was good. And out 8-9. Backswing. Decision Gaultier. Yes, let 8-9.
Well, isn't he? He's going through and playing the ball.
Down.
There's another unforced error. Rodriguez is
And now 10-8.
ferreting around, but Gaultier with 2 game balls. Slightly scrappy end to the third game, PJ.
Well, there's a lot of tension out there now, Joe. There's a lot at stake winning this third game. Obviously, the difference between being 2-1 up and 2-1 down is pretty big.
That's close to the 1000th time you've said that.
How many? Say that again, please.
Wasn't me, it was just a bit of audio crackling. Still scampering away, Rodriguez. This could be trouble now. Good enough shot from the Frenchman.
He's opening up the court a bit too much. Well, now it's the Colombian that's starting to look a little bit jaded. Oh, this is tough.
It's just going on and on.
And they're like 2 punch-drunk boxers standing in the middle of the ring,
Pretty
trying
much
to
in the
throw
same
the
weight
knockout
division.
punch. Oh,
Eventually the error comes. Gaultier looks so relieved. The chest is heaving for the Frenchman. Crowd thoroughly enjoying a world-class match in this last quarter-final, but it's the number 2 seed, Gregory Gaultier, squeezing out the third 11-8. He leads 2 games to 1. most entertaining match of this evening's play, I'd have to say, and total winners from Gregory Gaultier 3-1, but the errors level pegging there. Sure.
That's poor, isn't it? I mean, they both hit 6 errors in that game,
Yeah.
Joey. I think they're both getting really tired.
Well, it's understandable. It's just under 2 minutes from the hour, but the activity of the two players in the front of the court and all over, to be honest, has been the highest order. And you can see that Gaultier's chest, as he's coming out of there, really heaving. He's being worked aerobically very hard by Rodriguez, who's a bit of an altitude monster, born in Bogota. So we've got a lot more squash to come, I feel, but Rodriguez starting to get quite fatigued.
Well, a crucial third game here for Gregory Gaultier, who certainly looked as though he was struggling mentally and physically in the midsection of this third. But just as you'd expect with a world #1 and a 4-time World Open runner-up, the man called on all of his years of experience on the World Tour. Last couple of rallies, both players really were struggling physically. This could be the last rally here, but you can see just physically how tired they both are. Crucial 4th game coming up.
Time.
Right on cue, Gregory Gaultier straight onto court. He's looking ashen grey, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Eyes look pretty heavy.
We talked about Simon Rosner looking dishevelled, but Gaultier, although he's 2-1 up, looks like he's gone through a lot of turmoil. His hair's all over the place, and he's highly stressed in his face.
Gaultier leads 2 games to 1.
Rodriguez is looking very...
Doesn't look too bad, does he?
He doesn't look too bad at all.
This will be all about who recovered better in between games. 2 minutes
When you think
rest
about
period.
it's pretty savage, isn't it? Just
Pardon?
2 minutes to
Okay,
recover.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
really.
horrendous.
Level.
Yeah.
Gaultier now starts the 4th game. He'll be really looking to shut this out in 4 games, but he won't if he plays silly shots like that, PJ.
Wow. It's clear to see what Gaultier's intention is here. He's shooting lights out.
And out 1-all. Decision Rodriguez. Stroke to Rodriguez. You stayed on the ball. Video review, Gaultier.
This is a very early review from Gaultier in the 4th. You can see
Very early.
But there is no line through there for Rodriguez to play the ball. You won't see anything here. It's far too much action in the front, but you don't see Gaultier moving out to the court. Standing on the ball. If we have some consistency here, Joey, this will get turned over. He stands on the ball there. He's not allowing Rodriguez through.
You've hit the nail on the head there. The word is consistency, PJ.
Decision upheld, stroke to Rodriguez.
Grey cells are
Gaultier has
working
no reviews
so well
remaining.
tonight.
Hand out 2-1. Please don't abuse the glass.
Well, when the referees talk about abuse, the one that always cracks me up is when they call the players, have a go at the players for ball
Abusing
abuse.
the ball.
I mean, they're abusing the ball throughout the whole match.
And out 2-all.
Well, he's fired up, isn't he? He needs a bit of that because he's looking war-weary out there. It's like he's gone through 17 battles, one after the other, no sleep.
Down. Now 3-2.
Yeah, that's too good. Well, so far, about 80% of the match is taking place in the front 2 corners of the court.
Really looks back a lot at the crowd, doesn't he, Gaultier, when he's getting quite fatigued. He tries to draw off the energy.
Yes.
Anything to try and stimulate him. Because when
Just
he goes flatline, he really does go flatline.
Yep. Watch how quickly he's going in short here, Joey.
Well, the ball's a lot softer. They've not changed. We haven't seen many actually matches where they've requested a new ball so far. I don't know if you saw that in the earlier rounds, PJ.
A little bit.
From El Shabaghi.
Down.
Yes. Yeah, he did it in every match actually.
He likes to do it.
And out 4-all.
Well, you can see a contrasting game here, just over the 3-minute mark. 9 points on that board already. So not many lengthy rallies taking place. Another indication that both players are feeling it physically. Understandable, really, but that is absolutely glued to the forehand side wall. So I have to say, Joey, just looking at both players, Rodriguez looks
fresher,
the fresher of the two.
How long was this match with Peter Barker? It was 5 games. Was it over an hour and 40?
No, I don't think it was.
Were you commentating on that one?
It was. Actually, it may have been longer. I'm going to get our analysis team on that one.
I mean, I know he had a day's rest, but you know, a match of that length, up to 2 hours on the glass court in this environment, it was actually 2 hours, PJ, exactly. I mean, that is a marathon of multiple sprints. And he's still backing up here.
Oh, he's got the lucky join.
Yeah. Rodriguez has led in every game, I feel.
He has. Yeah, you're right.
Sure.
Well, it's a double. My goodness, how have they not seen that?
That was in. That was in. That was in. Not what Gaultier is signalling. That ball was in, and I think he was trying to say it was a carry or a double hit. It wasn't.
And out.
Check this out.
7-6.
Speedy Gonzalez.
That's a double.
That was a double bounce,
that was a double bounce as well.
So there you go. So won the rally twice.
Down.
Well, he's hit the ball right in the bottom of the tin there, PJ.
Well, it's worrying signs here for the Frenchman.
Looks exhausted.
Looks exhausted, doesn't he?
2-point cushion for Rodriguez. He's fizzing around. Adrenaline surging through his body.
I know at the top of the show, Joey, you were making reference to the fact that Gregory Gaultier hadn't really played much over the Christmas period because he has a slight niggling injury. I wonder if this is now starting to come to fruition here, the fact that he hasn't spent much time on court or been able to train as hard as he would do normally.
Stroke to Rodriguez.
Well, Rodriguez just making contact with
9-6
Gaultier
right.
unintentionally, I'd imagine. See it here, he's just read the straight ball from Gaultier, just reacted volley, yeah.
No, he didn't know much about it, did he?
No, he's got the stroke.
Down.
Well, he just won't
And
go
out,
down
7-9.
without a fight, this Frenchman.
That's too good a width. Well, he's looking at
8-9.
It's funny, isn't it? Big strong boy. 8-9.
Oh, that was a tired movement, wasn't it? Just mistimed that completely.
Well, look at the determination, the focus
And now, 10-8 game ball.
in the eyes of Rodriguez. 2 game balls to take this into a 5th and final. So let ball.
Decision Rodriguez. Stroke to Rodriguez.
Well, he's lost his appeal as well because the second point.
You step right into his line. You have no reviews remaining. You used it.
Gregory Gaultier
Game to Rodriguez.
be
11.
furious with that scenario, and Rodriguez is straight off court. Well, you could never have predicted it, really. 69 minutes. Rodriguez takes the 4th, 11-8, 2 games all. Well, just 8 minutes in duration for that 4th game, and a tally of errors, really. Well, 3 errors from Gregory Gaultier, but it's the winners from Rodriguez and the strokes. I have to say that stood out quite brutally, and particularly on game ball, and that's the talking point. Gregory Gaultier moving into the line of Rodriguez. He was told by Mike Riley not to do that, and as soon as he started doing it again, Mike Riley and his team penalising Gaultier, and what a costly time to make that movement on game ball. So all credit to Rodriguez. He really has come into this full of confidence, and he's made the most of the opportunity. It's the best I've seen him play so far.
Well, what a performance we're seeing here from Rodriguez, the Colombian, clearly showing the confidence that he had to overcome Peter Barker in his 2nd round match. 2 hours it was for the Colombian #1, but he really is looking fired up and the fresher of the 2 players at the moment. Gaultier really is out to sea and has been for the last game or so. He's struggling physically and mentally. He looks exhausted out there. We're into a 5th and final game, and you'd have to say that Rodriguez looks the favourite at the moment.
There they are.
You've got that. Two games all. Rodriguez to serve.
Well, battle of the speed demons into this 5th game. What do you think, PJ, in this 5th and final one?
Well, I think that these first 2 minutes are crucial. I think if Rodriguez can get off to a good start and not make too many unforced errors, he's got a really good chance of another major upset here. We have seen Gaultier, when he gets tired, it's not a slow process or a gradual decline.
Oh, that's just
It's
a rapido!
instant.
Crowd going bonkers here in Grand Central Terminal, and the cannonball really is firing on all cylinders, and that was joke reaction. Well, he's getting even quicker, PJ, here.
Rodriguez. No let.
I don't think he'll review this
And
at
now
1 all in the 5th game.
Well, this is all about pride now. You can throw the form book out of the window. This is all about who wants it the most.
Yes, let. 1 all. Right side, 1 all.
Good shot.
Strong technique there. Really held the racket through the ball.
Really is digging deep here, Gregory Gaultier.
He has to, otherwise he's out of the competition.
Down.
Well, I bet Matthew, the winner of the first quarter-final, is absolutely licking his lips, sitting there watching this one.
Well, if he's not licking his lips, he'll be biting his nails, because that's something he pretty much does all the time anyway. Dreadful habit. I don't know how he's got that off. Just kicking off a bit too much for the speed of Rodriguez.
And now 3-2.
Point for point stuff in the fifth, PJ.
It is, yeah, real nip and tuck. Oh, this is a tough rally for Gaultier. Defending well out of trouble there. Oh, this is painful to watch.
Decision
This will probably be a
Rodriguez.
no-let.
No let.
Thank you.
Left side, 4-2. Left.
Needed to play the ball here, really. Ball's gone deep.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's he's created his own interference there. He's got to go and play the ball. Just looking at Gaultier again, his eyes are getting further and further in the back of his head. Try to keep them open.
Decision Rodriguez.
Well, that's the start to let ball, surely.
Yes, let. 4-2. Left side. Left side.
Just watch the contact here as he goes through. Just catches the heels of Gregory Gaultier. Good decision. Oh, look at that.
He is seeing it like a football out there. Look at this.
And now 3-4.
Great hands.
Down.
Well, do you remember the match when Ramya Shaw played Gregory Gaultier here about
Yeah, I did
probably
remember
3 years
'cause
ago?
I jumped up for the commentary box and whacked my head on the metal pole.
That's right. But Gaultier led that match 2-0 and I think 9-8
To win 3-love.
to win 3-love, obviously. But then it was, I mean, he was practically, he could barely put one foot in front of the other by the time the match was done, and it looks
And now
not too far off of that here
5-4.
this evening.
That was in the final. Or was it semi-final?
Semi-final, I think. If I remember well, we'll get back to you on that one, but I think it was the semi.
Head up.
Yeah, so Gaultier is just going to ramp it up,
6-4.
drawing on all his experience. You just see his wife in the back corner there with her
Saw
son.
a wise smile there, yeah.
Yeah, she's trying to steady him down. He looks absolutely exhausted, more nearly as tired as his father. Late night for him. Let him through.
Decision
He's done this
Rodriguez.
usually. He's got to be careful because they give strokes for that. They've been giving
left.
strokes for that.
6-4.
He needs to let him through.
Left side.
It's not a good enough shot to present a winner. He's got to give him access.
He seems to have calmed down a little bit here, Gaultier. A bit more structure to his play.
That was a terrific rally from the Frenchman. And then the half volley finish. Exquisitely played. Got a balance and strength around the middle. So the Frenchman moves on to 7-4 in this 5th game. Ow.
Decision, Gaultier. No let. No let. Video review.
He's asking for a review. Talk us through this one, PJ.
No let decision.
Well, he's struggling there physically. We've got the court cleaner in action. See this again. Counter drop comes in from Rodriguez. That's a no let. It's gone completely the wrong way there. Gets sent the wrong way. And the ball is actually way beyond the reach of the Frenchman. See it again here. Goes left initially, goes around, and the ball is way over the other side of the court.
Decision upheld. No let. Gaultier has no reviews remaining. And out 5-7.
That's too good.
Quick was that, PJ?
It was rapid. Great strength again around the middle. All those hours of ghosting and strength and conditioning from Gaultier paying off.
What a time to be paying off. This is why they should be paying off. Taking him further into the possibility of going into the semi-final of this JP Morgan Tournament of Champions. 8-5 now.
Decision, Gaultier.
What's he doing?
Yes, let.
Rodriguez is seeing the funny side of this. I don't know if we can get to see his reaction.
For him falling down. No.
We got him falling down.
8-5.
What's he
right
doing?
side.
I've got to see this again. He's got the giggles, Rodriguez. This is very funny. This is really fun.
Yes, let. You have no reviews remaining. Play on, please.
What's he doing with his arm and his hips?
I don't know. Look at Rodriguez's face. He's wondering what on earth is going on there.
Oh, very kind of Cluzo-esque. He's seeing his pickup. Good to see from Rodriguez.
9-5. You got the call. 9-5. Left side.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
It was quite magical, I would
The
say.
speed and the finish of this.
Oh, you're talking about the acceleration as well after all the squash that they've had, PJ, and all the squash he's had so far in this event. But the soft hands, I mean,
6-9.
beautiful squash.
Hand out.
85 minutes of blistering, intense movement
Play on.
and activity for these two speed demons. He's going to do it again.
He has done it again.
Well, he's just seen exactly what Gaultier was doing, and it's just like the rally before. Here he comes, PJ.
Watch out for the Colombian cannibal.
Well, he read that and he was on there, and Gaultier had no idea. Exciting finale between these two in the last match of today's play. And Rodriguez has now got a surge of energy. Look how busy his feet are. Well, that was a shocker. He's done it again. He's guessed and absolutely walloped the ball past Gaultier. Look at this. Hopefully we'll have it on the replay. It happened so quickly, and all the crowd got a renewed vigour. Smashed it past Gaultier. Did that a couple of times. He read the ball or guessed the ball, but
Right side.
look at the crowd jumping up from the back of the seats. A couple of rallies before, couldn't hear a pin drop. Now they're roaring.
8-9.
Nervous time for the Frenchman. 8-9 in the fifth. And he makes the unforced error.
Well, this really is
9-all.
tense times out there now, Joey. Cut the atmosphere with a knife and just look at that scoreboard. There's just nothing between them, is there?
Decision Gaultier. Yes, let. 9-all. Left side.
Well, it's Rodriguez. It's certainly hitting the ball cleaner. Looks fearless out there, PJ.
It does, yeah.
Looks like it. Well, he's the belief that he can win this.
Yes!
No, that's going to be a let ball.
Decision Rodriguez.
It's a let ball.
Yes, let. 9-all. I'm afraid you don't have any.
So Gaultier has no reviews. But that was a standard let, as we've seen throughout the match. It's not good enough shutout there at all.
Needs to be careful as well, Joey. He's been told by Mike Riley, the referee,
Sure.
to give clear access through. Oh, it's a double.
It's too tight.
Okay, let's wait.
Well, both players gesticulating to the referee. Stroke? Very tight there.
No let.
Well, it's a no let. Got the ball there, Gaultier. That was up.
Yeah, it was
10-9.
close.
And that
Match ball.
no let gives Rodriguez his first match ball over Gaultier. And there it is, he's done it. Rodriguez has beaten the world number 2 and number 2 seed. Look at him there, what a performance. Completely scalping, massive, the biggest career of Rodriguez. The biggest, win of Rodriguez's career.
I didn't know he had so many careers.
Well, 88 minutes of exciting squash from the very onset. Rodriguez overcomes Gregory Gaultier 3-2. Wow, just absorb that. He's close to tears there, Rodriguez. I'm surprised he's got any water left in him. He is, he's crying.
Well, he doesn't want to turn around and face the crowd. He should be absolutely delighted with himself.
Dream come true, beating the world number 2 in New York City. He's beaten the world number 5. look at the total match stats. 41 winners for Gaultier, 24 for Rodriguez. But it's the unforced errors, and Gaultier started making those when the pressure told. Massive amounts of unforced errors for the Frenchman. In contrast, I would say that from the onset, Rodriguez played brilliantly, kept the consistency, led in nearly every game, apart from the 5th game, coming back to steal it from the Frenchman. Thoroughly deserved for Rodriguez. Gaultier did look spent. They'll be going crazy in Bogota, but we're going to go down to courtside here, the interview with Rodriguez and Will Carling.
I'm here with the very emotional Miguel Angel Rodriguez, who has just upset perhaps the biggest win of his career, Greg Gaultier, 3-2 in an unbelievably scintillating match. I know you're feeling it, but can you put into words at all what this win means to you?
You know, I didn't know what happened. Everything was too fast. I don't know. I was just pushing myself until the end. I didn't want to give up. I had 100% my fuel just to put all in this match. It was a big win 2 days ago with Peter Barker. I wanted to win this one as well. I know I'm speechless, yeah.
You played. I think one of the reasons that they're reacting the way they are is that you stayed calm through the whole match, and yet the effort and the reading of the ball was kind of extraordinary. Everyone here was sort of scintillated by your play, and I hope you take away how much the crowd appreciated you tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations. Go take care of yourself. You had 2 5-game matches in a row. Thank you guys. Thank you all for staying until the end tonight. Really appreciate it. The players really appreciate it.
Well, what a performance here from Miguel Angel Rodriguez. Ugh, I can't. I'm so tongue-tied. I'm so exhausted. I can't even say the poor man's name. You saw the emotion that came out of Rodriguez at the end of that match, and thoroughly deserved. He worked so hard, not only in this match, but throughout the last 2 years of his career since moving down to Florida with David Palmer. There you see the efforts of this young man, and he brought Gregory Gaultier to a grinding halt. Look at that for a reaction. You can see exactly how much this means to the South American most successful player of all time.
Well, there he is, and there'll be shockwaves through the squash world tonight. Giant killer of the TOC. And here's the draw. You wouldn't have expected it at all. Credit where credit's due. It's the best time of his career. Highest ranking for Rodriguez at number 8 in the world. And he's now had the biggest win of his career, taking down Gregory Gaultier, the world number 2. So they're the semi-finals. Shibagi takes on the defending champion, Omar Shabana, and Matthew, the world number 3 and number 3 seed, sorry, world number 4 and number 3 seed. He'll be taking on the giant killer Rodriguez. So here we have a recap on today's results of the quarterfinals. Firstly, in the women's competition, Laura Mazzaro coming back from 2 games to love down to beat Camille Serme of France 3-2 for her. 3-1 for Renee Melwilili against the American number 1 Amanda Sobey. The battle of the exciting young Egyptians, El Shabini coming out on top, 3-2 there. And Matthew tested in the first game, but managing to put the stoppers on Simon Rosner, 3-1 for Matthew. And then Alison Walters scoring a huge upset, taking out the current world champion and world number 1, Nicole David of Malaysia. And then another terrific upset, Rodriguez beating Gregory Gaultier 3-2. Well, for the semi-final stage of this JP Morgan Tournament of Champions, Mazzaro will take on her old foe, Raneem El-Walili of Egypt. And then we'll have Alison Walters of England. She'll be taking on Noor El-Shabini of Egypt. And then we've got Nick Matthew. He'll be playing Rodriguez of Colombia. And of course, Omar Shabana will be playing Mohamed El Shabagi. PJ, just a point for today's squash.
Breathtaking, in a word. Absolutely stunning. Great victory for this man. Thoroughly deserved, I think. But what an evening of squash, and more to come tomorrow. Cannot wait.
Well, it's been fantastic here in both the women's and the men's. Upsets galore, and we'll be back for the semi-final stage of this JP Morgan Tournament of Champions.